What's good, everybody? It's your girl Jakayla A, and I'm back again with another nail tutorial. Today I will be doing my first set of Valentine's Day inspired nails for the season. I have a few coming, a few models that agreed to do these nails just to give you guys some inspo and some ideas and put some more creativity out there. It's a lot of people that have already started their Valentine's Day nails, and so I was even inspired by a lot of really pretty looks. But here I am with my first look. I saw this design on Pinterest and I really wish I would have saved it, or I would have found, the source of it so that I could credit them. But this is a recreation from something that I saw on Pinterest, but I can't credit the source because I didn't save the picture. I just saw it and kept it moving, but I didn't forget about it, and here I am doing it today. So the first step, as always, is pushing back the cuticles. Want to make sure that I push them back enough and get everything up off the nail plate. It'll really help with not having lifting if you push back those cuticles, not to hurt the client, but as far as you can, push them back. And then I'm going in with a fine sanding band using my Melody Susie Scarlet drill as always. My sanding band is fine. Some people think fine might be too fine and doesn't rough it up enough. I don't have any issues with lifting. I used to struggle when I first started doing nails with lifting, but I've really got it under control. Between my prep, my primer, and my application, I haven't had any issues with lifting, so using a fine sanding band is enough for me. I am using my Macart my Macart dust collector. It's not even on. I'm just using it, and I have it just underneath the nail, and all the dust just falls right into it. If you're doing just a little bit of filing with the e-file, as I am here, then you don't really have to turn it on. If I was doing a fill or something like that, I would definitely turn it on because I would want the suction power too. But for just this little bit of filing that I'm doing, sometimes I just sit it there and I don't really necessarily have to turn it on. The tips that I'm using are the XL C curve tips from Zule. Love these tips. These are the flowers that I bought to specifically do this design. I wanted to just buy a couple flowers, put them out, let them dry out. I took them off of the stem, did not put flowers in them. Water in the vase. Took them off the stem, set them out of my nail room, and let them dry out. And the result is what you see over there to the left with a whole bunch of gold foil. I got a big thing of gold foil off of Amazon. I'm using the No Lift Nail Primer, 2 coats across all the hands. That's because I'm so used to using Protein Bond, and Protein Bond has to be 2 coats. So at this point, it's just a habit, and I always do 2 coats. I'm using Glam and Glitz Monomer, and I am using Speed Clear from Young Nails. I bought this small Speed Clear just to see if I was going to like it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Definitely going to buy the big one. And to come from using Mia Secret to using a fast drying acrylic is crazy how things change. I used to love Mia Secret because it was so slow drying and it was so liquidy or watery. Even sometimes you would have to put acetone in your monomer just to help it dry a little bit faster, and it's very difficult with Mia Secret to get that liquid powder ratio because it's such a thinner consistency naturally. So I used to love that when I first started. That was like a bonus and a plus to me. Now it's a headache. And so that's crazy just, to see how things change. Yeah, but anyways, these tips, let me talk about these a little bit. I love these tips. Y'all already know, if you've been here, because I've said in previous videos that my favorite shape of nails is that square shape that you get from nail forms. It's nothing like that shape to me. It is so, so pretty. Or like a tapered square. I even love a tapered square. It's really pretty. And these tips give you that square. You get that really deep C curve square. So I love these tips. And they are a 10 out of 10 would recommend. And I love how long they are. I've cut off like a nice chunk of the tip off. So they get way longer than this. These ones are from Zule, but I am seeing that they're popping up everywhere. All type of nail supply stores are carrying these tips, so you really should have no problem finding them. They're even on Amazon, and I really love them. They get you that square shape that you love in nail forms with like a fraction of the time spent. Some people are really good in nail forms though. I'm not experienced in nail forms, so nail forms, even though I can do them, they take me a long time in comparison to any type of tip. So, I'm just loving these tips, these C curve tips. I'm loving them. So I got my little tweezer, and I'm basically just putting down some clear over the whole nail. Went across and put some clear on all the nail beds. Then I'm coming back and I'm placing a little small dollop of clear, and I'm putting a rose petal down, and I'm filling in really randomly and very sparsely with the gold leaf. I want to still be able to see some of the clear spots or that glass nail effect. I want to see that glass nail effect in these nails. So I want to make sure that I don't put too many rose petals, and I want to make sure I don't put too many pieces of foil. If I could go back and redo it, I would have put even less pieces of foil and smaller rose petal pieces, because the prettier nails were the nails that still showed the glass effect. So you don't want to crowd these nails. You don't want to put too many pieces in these nails. It's really a glass nail with just a sprinkling of rose petals and gold leaf within them, encapsulated inside of them, and the effect ended up being really pretty in the end. Right, now that I've encapsulated all of my pieces and capped the nails, make sure you put that cap thick enough so that you don't foul through your design. It's time to reshape the nails. The shape stays really, really good with these nails because they're a little bit on the thicker side, so they're not very flimsy. They're really good quality, so the shape really does stay, but you definitely want to go ahead and clean it up in the finished file. I'm using the 80/80 grit rectangle file. Love, love, love these files. I get them at my local nail supply store for $20. I think I get 50, or do I get 60? I don't really remember, but it's a really good quality nail file, and yeah, I would recommend an 80/80 grit for any long nails because it's just going to get you to that finished product a lot faster than 100. So I'm just hitting the sides and I'm hitting the free edge, making sure to keep that file very straight, 90 degrees. You do not want to curl it inward, underneath, or over. You have an e-file for the filing over, so you definitely don't want to curl it in or over. You just want to keep it very straight, and that's really how you achieve that square. And practice really just makes perfect when it comes to shaping. I'm still working myself on shaping, especially coffin. You know, it really is about practice making perfect. You can always get an easy coffin tip, but I would recommend everybody to learn how to shape. I just think it's something that you should know how to do, from square tip to stiletto, coffin, taper square, ballerina, almond. It just will serve you in the end to learn how to do it the proper way with just a hand file. And yeah, like I said, it just takes practice. I noticed some imperfections in my filing, some little lines in my filing. So I took a buffer to all 10 fingers, Here I am just wiping off all of that dust with alcohol. Make sure I get both sides because we will have to top coat both sides of the nail to really emphasize that glassy effect that you really want to get out of a glass nail. So yeah, you want to make sure that you get into all the creases and crevices. That's why I use a brush now instead of just a piece of paper towel. Here I am using the Beetles top coat. I should have used a much thicker, more luscious top coat like the IBD gel, but I wasn't thinking. So this one got the job done and it was pretty in the end. So it turned out okay. But a thicker one will serve you when it comes to glass nails and getting a really, really glossy effect. That's really pretty. That's really the effect that you want to get when you do any type of clear set. But like I said, this one was pretty in the end. And it really got the job done. Make sure I wipe off those sides so that I don't lose my shape. This cuticle oil came from the Nail Cakery. Smells delicious, like a cupcake. And so I'm just getting that all over the cuticle area. And this is the final look. She loved it, and I hope you guys do too. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.